Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Super Metroid Escape 2, and very soon into the wonderful entrance of Draygon. Should note, if you noticed earlier when I was around these Metroids, I couldn't do anything about them. Ice Beam actually does hurt them, so you can use that. Obviously, I was not quite aware of that. It was quite silly with this. So, yeah. But yeah, you can freeze them at least. So there's that. So yeah, in case you have any trouble with those guys. And here we are with Draygon. Interesting color electrical outlets. I'm actually kind of surprised his room. Okay, never mind, I'm not that surprised. Yeah, anyway. Like I said in the last video, the X-ray thing with plasma does work. It's just the beam's so weak it doesn't work that fast. It's still faster and safer than doing it the other way. You could tell obviously his body, his stomach changed color. Which actually I found this is completely unrelated to anything I was doing. But I found that his stomach is, or hers, I call him a him, other people call it a her, the shrimp, that's good enough for me. But I found that the stomach is actually a different palette separate from the body, which is like the damage palettes and all that, which I found was kind of unusual. Oh, and also, well, it's in my mind. PJ Boy was going through the Bank 84, which has a lot of PLMs and stuff, and he found some unused ones that aren't there in Smile. You just have to put in some other digits. There's a post about it on the whatchamacallit topic, the Great Collaboration topic, I believe, something like that. But there's 4 more PLMs for Draygon's electric things, and they're basically just at the 4 angles instead of left, right. So then you've got like top, left, right, bottom, left, right, those. And you can get them in there by changing the value and Smile a little bit, so. There is that, just something to keep in mind, maybe. Maybe take a look at. I haven't actually looked at it yet, so. I don't know, I'm actually kind of tempted to go see what that's all about. See how it looks, what it does, and all that. I'm not entirely sure about everything with it, so, like, is it just the broken electric outlet thing? Is it have the whole turret thing to it? Or not? I don't know, so that might be something interesting to look at, I don't know. So anyway, we are pretty much done here. Like I said, I go back, I have Spring Ball now, so I'm gonna go back, I get the Super Missile. Eventually, that was in the one room. That one room in that one place. So I go back and get that, and then it's off to get back to SpoSpo for Lower SpoSpo. SpoSpo. That name. That is quite a name. So yeah, went back to this thing. Nothing changed with this tube. I get there later. And how you get there is very weird. If I remember correctly, you get there through Lower SpoSpo. And I'm trying to remember if it was through a door that was marked with a warp. I don't think it was. But in any case, we'll see that later. But yeah, that door, or that tuber thing, that tube or whatever it is, has a very weird thing with it. So, yeah, that's kind of, well, not weird, but a very tricky thing. But otherwise, I'm not really, I'm sure I did not collect everything in this area. I mean, obviously, earlier on, there's that one power bomb in that room you're supposed to fall into, which I don't get, so don't think I saw any other items that I didn't get. It's a very good possibility there's a lot more items in here though. But again, I'm not really sure. I don't know. Kind of like I said earlier, this hack, it's interesting. Has some neat stuff, but it's... And while I enjoyed it a little more than others, that was because I had help. It still wasn't one that I really wanted to go looking around to collect all the items in. Like this thing, I know there's a thing right here. I'm just kind of expecting, it's like, oh, there's definitely going to be an item right through here. So I went up here and got it. But yeah, as you can see, you build up your Shine Spark, or your Speed Boost, and Morph Ball, so that makes this much easier. And if you can't get Plasma beforehand, now's a good time to get it, because now you can just roll straight into it. So yeah, there's nothing here. There's another little trick thingy puzzle, I guess, you have to do, which is, I think, right in here. Okay, yeah. And this very interesting sand thing. And you get over it like that. And there's the super missile. And like I said, I believe this is the last super missile I get. So if you find any others, good job. You will definitely want them. It's probably worth looking around for a few more missiles and such. And supers. In fact, around Spore Spawn in the nature caves, I think it was Epi I was watching. I think there's another super that's very easy to get that's right around there. If you just go a little closer to him or whatever. So that might be an easy one to grab. I think that's what it was. Not 100% sure. So here I am. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's the entrance to Lower SpoSpo. And it is. And thankfully, I played C Factor 1.0 before this, because that kind of taught me people like hiding Lower Norfair, Lower SpoSpo in some very strange places. So, and again, these are the only bubbles you find, and that's the one hint, is these rooms have bubbles. You should look through them. There are power bomb blocks right in the middle there, which I do go back and get here shortly. But there's actually a thing I find over here eventually. After making sure I actually collected this, of course. In fact, is there a thing over there? Yes, okay. But it's missing. What is this? I don't know. I'm inclined to think it's an indexing issues with the item, where I collected one and this one disappeared. I think that's what it is. It could be something really mean for 100%. That if you collect the other item in there. Oh yeah, and right there in the wall there's another thing. But you could do something for 100% if you don't adjust the totals or anything. Oh yeah, this is an interesting puzzle room. Kind of obvious slope blocks. But if you collect two items of the same index, they don't disappear. The other one won't disappear if it's right in the same room. And yeah, those things actually hurt you. Which makes a very interesting puzzle. But again, with the item thing, since they don't disappear when they're in the same room, right after you get them, you could make it so you hide one behind the wall like that. And if they don't go back and get it right then that item's lost forever and they can't do the 100% because you're evil. I don't think that's what they did. I think that's just an indexing issue. I could be wrong though, and I probably am. But yeah, I don't know about that item. Okay, so again, the one bubble room. It's like, Now, if you look at the floor without X-rays, there's really no hint. Like I said, the hint is it's a bubble room. The other room's a bubble room. That's the hint. So, not the best way to hide something. That's required anyway. But now that we're getting into Lower SpoSpo, much like the item that was missing, for some reason I think something was up with Gold Chorizo in this hack. Because I don't find him. And I don't know why. Like, that mystery kind of bugs me. It's like, why does... I go into his room. You'll see that. But he just does not show up. I don't get it. What did they done do with this hack? I am not sure. Oh, and, I guess I just mentioned. That's an exit. Oh yeah, the doors on top of the elevator in the warp zone. I didn't really get... Oh, I already talked about that last video, didn't I? I think I did. This is the day after I edited the last video together, so... I don't know, I'm lost. In any case. Convenient save, recharge right in front of Lower SpoSpo. But yeah, the one door does lead to early mother brain or something. I'm pretty sure I talked about that last time. Don't know. And more of these gray blocks with that glow on them. The glow works great on the blue tiles, not on those gray blocks. So Lower SpoSpo, they're really... I don't really remember anything really memorable about it. Except, I guess, arrows made of speed boost blocks. And Gold Chorizo not appearing. And hey, there's purple. It's not blue. But otherwise, it's just like your usual Lower Norfair. Everything's trying to kill you, and is usually very successful at it. And not much else. So there's not... Oh, okay. There's one evil thing that is definitely getting cut from this thing. I will tell you about it and explain it to you when I get to that. It's not this video. But good night, that stupid door. I have issues with it. So, exploring around in here, I collect one energy tank, I believe. I remember collecting an energy tank down here somewhere. And then I don't know... Oh, yeah, there's the energy tank. I don't know that I actually collect anything else. I do find the entrance to that tube in the water maze I was just talking about earlier. And there's an item back there. I think it's a missile. There's another item back there as well. So, I get both those, but in Lower SpoSpo itself, I just like saying SpoSpo. I don't recall really getting much else in terms of items. And other than Gold Chorizo missing, and... Okay, so yeah, you see the arrow to the water maze over there. Other than Gold Chorizo missing, and sort of little clever thing with Ridley to get to him, and a stupid evil door, there really isn't that much else here. Except, of course, more blue. The worst offending place in terms of those gray tiles with that blue glow on them. And this room is... I am jumping and hitting a ceiling. Probably most likely the reverse slopes. Or the upside down slopes, I guess I should say. And... I am not sure what else up there. Because, spoilers, I don't get across there. I try for a little bit and then there's this thing that's just like, whatever, I'm not putting up with it. It didn't seem to be worth it. Now, Screw Attack were back there. It might be. But Screw Attack... I don't know. Screw Attack might be back there, actually. I do get Screw Attack, but not from there. I do know that, like, a lot of the locations have different... or, like, multiple spots they can be in. Or where it's multiple spots they are. So, yeah. And I know for a fact where two of... So yeah, I'm grappling into a wall under the space pipe right there, and it's just like... I'm just like... This... It's... No. Not worth it. But yeah, I do know where two locations for Screw Attack are in this hack. And I get one. I was a little confused by the second spot, but I was watching... I believe... Yeah, it was Fuzda. I was watching him stream this hack, and I saw him get Screw Attack at a completely different location. So... yeah. I know what the... Because there's another missing item thing later on. But at least I know what that one is. This first one, I'm still not convinced. That's just an indexing issue. I don't know. It could be something else. Like maybe it's an alternate location for speed booster, grapple. I don't know. It could be something like that. But I'm one of the more doubtful about that than just an indexing issue. And of course, people love using this room. Not that I have an issue with rising lava or acid, but this is just obviously the same room as it is in the original. And usually they make it worse. It's just like, ugh.